twilight of Earth's great civilizations, we were chosen. Some were selected for their skills, others for their strength, and some by luck. The great ships were the embodiment of each nation's ingenuity, courage, and faith. And they sent us to the stars in search of a new home. As we raced skyward, we carried aloft the hopes and dreams of those left behind. Our journey through deep space was long and quiet. And it is finally over. Now we look upon our new world for the first time. On these alien shores, our destiny waits. A new beginning for mankind.
Well, talk about an intro. Hello people of YouTube, I am Solrak Dragon, and this is Sid Meier's Civilization Beyond Earth, the spiritual successor to Sid Meier's Alpha Centauri, which was published a long time ago. This game has been pretty heavily anticipated for the past few months, and I'm glad to be playing it. This is, as you might expect, my first YouTube series, so hopefully you guys can give me some tips and enjoy the content, because I'm hoping that I can be good with this. So, let's continue so we can start. We'll be starting our first game. Single player, and we'll set up for custom. Difficulty, generally in Sid Meier's Civ 5, I play on the hard difficulty. So, I think we'll start off at Gemini difficulty. Standard game pace seems fine, and standard map size will do. Yeah, that is. Sponsors is Civilization Beyond Earth's pretty much civilizations. They are the future alliances of the various civilizations that were left on Earth. As you can see, we have the ARC, which is the American Reclamation Committee, I believe, the Pan-Asian Cooperative, which pretty much is like China, Franco-Iberia, which is France, Slavic Federation, all of those good things. For me, though, I will be starting with the Franco-Iberia, because I have looked into this quite a bit, and I believe I'm going to be going for the victory type to be suited for this. So choose the Franco-Iberia. Sponsor, colonists. Unlike Civ 5, and I'm pretty sure many before, there's more customization when it comes to creating your start, and this is one of them. In addition to your sponsor, you choose the colonists, which will pretty much be the people that are populating your cities. We have scientists, refugees, aristocrats, engineers, and artists. Science pretty much is self-explanatory. It's how you gain research, food, how you grow your cities. Energy replaces gold from the other civilization games, so you can buy things with energy. Health is pretty much happiness. Production's the same, and culture is the same. Given the French's the Franco-Iberia's special thing where you get a free technology per specialization or what it was called, I will be choosing artists as my colonists. The next thing is the type of spacecraft that we will be using to get to this new planet. We have Continental Surveyor, which reveals the coasts on the map. Something I would generally go with, but let's see what the rest are. Retrograde thrusters, more choices for where your first city can land. Not a bad one. Tectonic scanner, no technology required to see petroleum, geothermal, and titanium resources. That'd be good for early game, but with the setup I'm going for, I won't really need that. Fusion reactor, an additional 100 energy at standard speed. Not a bad option, could get some early things out there. And life form sensor reveals alien nests on map. Mildly difficult. I'm already disregarding tectonic scanner and life form sensor because I really am not going to be hunting down aliens, and I should be getting technology fast enough that I can find those. I think from playing past experiences that gold is very valuable, so energy is going to be very valuable, so I am going with a fusion reactor. Next is the cargo that our ship will be carrying. We have hydroponics, an extra population in our city, laboratory, begin with the pioneering technology, raw materials, which begins with a clinic, weapons arsenal for a soldier, and machinery for a worker. Another tough one. Generally, I play fairly passive. That doesn't say I won't be being any aggression in this game, but I think that having a worker will mean that we can get our tiles improved more quickly, and we won't need to spend a little bit of extra time in our city building a worker or actually purchasing it. So I will be choosing machinery for our cargo. Final one, our planet, where our civilization will be inhabiting. I think this is randomly generated each time, so let's see what we got here. We have Kim 375b, which is a Terran world, which is a large landmasses separated by oceans and some smaller islands. Then we have Kepler 394h, which is a protein world, a world of one ocean and one very large continuous landmass. I don't really think that's that good for me. And Strengar 85b, an Atlantean world. Many islands of various sizes separated by narrow water passages. If I was going to go more military, I would probably choose this one because based off of experience in Civ 5, the AI does not know how to do aquatic combat, so this would probably be good for that. But I think that I will start with a standard Terran world. And now, let us start our journey beyond Earth. Excerpts from Colony Archives, Personal Log, Elodie, CED 1480.2. Second chance is not something that you are granted, it must be created. As our world collapsed, we had the wisdom to strike out into space. Now we search the heavens for a fresh start, a new world on which to plant the seed of our people. This is our second chance, and we will make the most of it. While this is loading, might as well say a little bit about me. As I've already said, this is pretty much my first YouTube video. I've been kind of wanting to do this for a while, and I figured it would be a great start. And with this coming out, perfect opportunity.
Hello, I am the
Let's
Advanced
start.
Integration and Simulation Resource, or Advisor. I am equipped to introduce you to the basic systems that will guide your development on this new planet. Additionally, I can provide strategic advice based on situations you encounter. How would you like me to proceed?
Advisor. I did not think that something like this would be in. I generally disregarded it in Civ 5, but I think I'll turn it on for New to Beyond Earth. And I will make it so it does not show up in future And I think I'll do advice only because I'm not a complete noob. Okay,
Select a suitable
landing
location for our
site.
people to make planetfall. This will be the site of our first great city. Select a plot within the red border to land.
Okay, so we get to choose where we are going to be landing. Let's see here, we got a desert start from the looks of it, so not bad. Desert seems to provide stuff in this one, unlike in the old one, but that just might be because it's floodplains. Let's see here. I think we got a hill there, which means quick production, hill there. I think right here will be fine because next to a river, and generally being next to a river is not that bad of a choice. So we will be settling here on the only plains river spot, which will provide us with 1 food, 1 production, and 1 energy. And that. And our first city, Lecor, has been founded. If I remember correctly from hearing about it, Lecor means heart in French. Okay, so as you can see, we automatically finished the habitation technology, which gives us the ability to produce workers, explorers, soldiers, the old Earth relic, and a clinic. Right now, we are currently selected on the Explorer unit. The Explorer unit pretty much is the scout of the game, except it also serves the dual function as an archaeologist from what I've seen, and is able to excavate old crash sites, among other things. So let's get moving. And what do you know?
I may be able to
Already
assist
we
you.
have found an artifact, which is how we do expeditions. And the artifact, so that's what the artifacts look like. I don't have the overlay on right now. I will have to see about fixing that before the next video comes out. Oh, this video, by the way, will be an hour long, or at least I will be trying to make it an hour long. Now, let's see, we have our worker selected. Already we get +6 energy per turn, not a bad start, and we have the option to build generators on these floodplains desert tiles. Our other build options are mines and a road right now. We might get more options in the future, but generally it's a good idea to follow your advisor, the prompt things, so I will get my worker there and get a generator started next turn. Okay, we will go to our production next. This is our production screen. I have to admit it's a better one than in Civ 5. It doesn't, like, take up the whole screen, and it's much more manageable. Now, let's see, we can produce, as this showed, worker, explorer, soldier, all that stuff, and we also have the ongoing things. These, generally in Civ 5, could only be unlocked after you reached a certain research point, and the only options were research and gold. Now, as you can see, we have the option to get social, which is culture, and food. So, that's not a couple of bad things. So, if you ever finish all your technologies, or all your buildings, and you don't really feel the need to build any units, you can go for any of these. But I think since I said I'm going to be focusing more on culture, I will be building the old Earth relic first. The maintenance of one will generally be disregarded. Next we have research.
The tech web provides a bird's eye view of the technologies that may be discovered and how they are connected. Technologies come in 2 types, branches and leaves. Branches represent broader technological ideas and cost less research. Leaves are more specific and are more expensive.
Okay, so the tech web. Wow. Seeing it for myself, I have to admit it's very impressive. Definitely allows a lot more variety and customization for what you research compared to Civ 5. Still looks like you're gonna have to research some things that you might not want to get certain technologies, but still, in general, it looks pretty darn cool. Now, let's see, what do we have available for research? all of these that are purple from the looks of it. Pioneering, which allows trade depot, colonists, convoys, and trade vessels. Planetary survey, which allows us to embark and create water workers. Okay, pretty much work boats. Chemistry, which gives us laboratory, recycler, petroleum. Petroleum wouldn't be bad to discover that resource early. Physics unlocks the ranger, which is pretty much the archer, an observatory, which can get some fragmite to make it look better, and a launch complex, which increases orbital coverage. I will be focusing on orbital coverage when I actually get to it. Next we have genetics, which gives us Pharma Lab, which gives some health, not bad, and the Kaito Nursery, that's supposed to be Cairo, which gives science and health and gives food from marsh. That's an okay one. Next we have the Miasmic Pulsar, which is a orbital unit. You pretty much launch it, it's a satellite, and after 10 turns, any miasma within 2 tile radius is gone. We also have Vivarium, which provides food and food from desert. Not bad considering we're by deserts. And the Ultrasonic Fence. Ultrasonic Fence prevents aliens from coming within 2 tiles of the city. That is a very good thing, especially with the siege worms that are on the prowl. A very, very dangerous monster. So I think that we will be researching ecology for our first technology. And return to map. Now I could go to the next turn right now, or I could go over more of this stuff. For example, the victories.
This may be helpful.
This is the quest log. Quests will generally appear over time, I believe, as you research new technologies and find more things, the more quests will appear. Rewards, I believe, are random for the most part, though there are some quests that have set rewards. And then there are the victories. The victories we have are the Promised Land, which is when we left Earth, we swore an oath to find a new world and bring about salvation of mankind. Despite all we have endured, we have held firm, our people ever close to our hearts. Through our endless struggles and vigilance, we have tamed this planet in the name of humanity. Our earthbound brethren have waited long enough. It is time we complete our mission and deliver them to the stars. Long has there been silence between ourselves and Earth. Before we can begin our plans, we must first re-establish contact, something we have yet been able to achieve. We must focus our research towards advanced orbital infrastructure. By achieving this and launching a laser comm satellite into orbit, we should be able to make contact with Earth. Okay, so the Promised Land victory pretty much seems like you're bringing the people from Earth to here. So that's an alright victory, I suppose. It looks like you need to be able to launch that. It's gonna follow a progression of quests, and I'm not sure what all that stuff. I'm sure it'll be revealed in time. Next victory type, Transcendence. Oh, yep, there we go. We have found something unbelievable. This planet is home to a superorganism of such extraordinary scope. It is essentially the planet itself. Not only that, but it appears to be electing signs of dormant cognitive capacity. Is it possible to communicate with a planet? If so, what wonders would become known to us? We must explore this further, if only to better understand our world. In order to communicate with this planet, we will need to develop a cognitive link, something far beyond our current capabilities. If we are to follow this path, we must pool our efforts towards the research of nanorobotics, transgenics, and swarm intelligence. Only then can we begin to explore the vast mental capacities of this place we call home. So, Transcendence. Pretty much, it is becoming more than human. And it is actually the victory type that I will be aiming to achieve. When I read about it, it seemed like a very, very interesting one, and I like the unique concept of becoming more than human, which is kind of becoming more than human beyond Earth. Next one, contact. Since arriving on this planet, we have found evidence of a previous civilization. We know almost nothing of them, only that they existed, and in that lies the great mystery. What happened to them? We believe the answer can be found in something they call the signal. While evidence of the signal is abundant, it is fractured, scattered. We'll need to find a complete instance if we're to make anything of it. From what we've gathered, there are several ways to find signal data. We must complete at least 2 of them to reveal the signal. To do this, we could, with an explorer, create an expedition on progenitor ruins. The chance of finding a copy of the signal among the relics is slim, but possible. Launch a deep space telescope orbital unit. It may take many turns, but it could eventually isolate the signal as it travels to the planet. And/or research the transcendental equation, through which we can piece together fragments and reconstruct the signal. This seems to pretty much be the science victory of civilization beyond Earth. Generally, it looks like you're going to have to do a little exploring, but it seems like it'll be the one that will take the most technology to achieve. Next, domination. I don't really feel the need to read this, but I might as well. Our Mother Earth was plagued by war and strife, by cruelty, by suffering. Even here on this new world, these sorrows pursue us. Our enemies abound, and they will never relent while they believe we are vulnerable. We must be strong if we are to survive, vigilant if we are to preserve our security and the future our way of life. Only certain way to safeguard our new home is to become the undisputed masters of it. You must conquer the capital city of every other faction on this planet. Only then, with all rival nations eradicated or united under our banner, will peace truly be assured. As I said before, this victory type doesn't really need an explanation. It's pretty much kill everybody else and be the last man standing. Not gonna follow that at all. Unless somebody else attacks me, I'm not looking to start any wars in this playthrough. In the future one, probably, because I can be quite adept when it comes to naval domination. Final one is emancipation. We left Earth with the goal of finding a new home for our people. Little did we know that our trials would transform us, physically, mentally, and spiritually. Yes, we have found a home, but with it, we have found so much more. We have charted the unknown frontier. It is time to complete our mission and return to Earth. We have evolved past the petty squabbles which forced us to leave our world behind. It is time to return our attentions to the homeland, homeward towards Earth. Not to rejoin them, but to liberate them from their trifling, unenlightened existence. Before we can begin, we must establish contact with them. Our best hope is to focus our research towards advanced orbital infrastructure, through which we shall be able to send faster-than-light communications by launching a laser comm satellite. Once this has been accomplished, we will move forward with our plans. This one seems to be another science victory type. Based on the little image there, I think this is the one where we would be bringing more settlers to Earth and having to settle a ton of cities, but I'm not entirely sure. As you might expect, as you complete the various tasks that are assigned to you, you will obtain more and further down the victory progress. So as I said, I am going to be focusing on the Transcendence victory type, which means I have to research transgenics, swarm intelligence, and nanorobotics. So let's see where those are on the research chart. Too far out. Swarm intelligence is there, so I'm working towards that one slowly. Neurorobotics, where you be? Transgenics, right there. Gonna have to go down the genetics line eventually. And what else do we have? just want to really find it. There it is. Nanorobotics. Towards the end. So it looks like we're going to be having to do some pretty heavy science, but I think we can accomplish it. Okay, last things I want to cover before doing our next turn is the affinities. We have harmony, which pretty much means we don't really attack the aliens, try and live in peace with them. Then we have purity. You try and purify the world of all aliens. You want to be the only life form on this planet. And supremacy. Pretty much same kind of thing as purity, but you want to rule aliens with an iron fist. You are their masters. Now, the affinity progresses. As you can see, different points add different things to it. In addition, it also unlocks advanced unit upgrades for your soldiers and the like. I'll cover that more later, though. So, now that we've covered all the basics, I think we will start our next turn. And of course, no... Oh, no. Yes, we do have somebody land. Second turn. Oh, first turn. Wow. And we have the African Union.
The African people greet you.
Well, I wasn't expecting somebody to land so quickly. Okay, contact with another colony. You just have to click on their banner. Pretty simple. I already know that. Thank you for that. So, our worker, we're going to get them constructing a generator. And we'll get our explorer one step closer.
One of our units has walked into a cloud of strange alien miasma. This miasma is toxic and will damage our units and equipment if they remain here. Until we understand this substance better, we should avoid it if possible.
Miasma. Sort of a mildly unique thing. As you can see little waves wafting off of a few tiles, and that's miasma. Having a unit stand in it will cause damage over time, but looks like this derelict settlement, which is the ruins, is not in miasma, so get our explorer into that right away. So, next turn. See, 10 damage from the miasma, so move here. And we have a resource
pods were sent
pod
ahead
as
of our
well.
journey and contain valuable materials from old Earth. Send a unit onto the resource pod to see what it contains.
Okay, resource pods are pretty much the ancient ruins of civilization beyond Earth. So you want to swipe those as quickly as possible. I do not know if another civilization is going to land around here, so I'm going to snatch that up quickly before doing derelict settlement. Resource pod discovered, and oh, looks like I was wrong. See up there in the right up here, I hover over tile, it does show. So we have the resource of resin, floatstone, fiber, and looks like all the resources we really have nearby. So next turn. Okay, let's see what the resource pod grants us.
You have a new
Inside-
quest available. Throughout the game, your actions will trigger different quests that
I
can
pretty
unlock
much already
bonuses
explained
for
the
your
system. So the resource pod searched. Inside the resource pod, you found a collection of goods and luxuries from the old Earth that your people thought they would never see. And they rally and refocus your people, providing 25 culture. Awesome. Since I'm going for more culture than not, this is a very good resource pod game. So let's develop a virtue.
The virtue
Virtues
screen
are
allows
pretty
you to
much
choose the virtues.
social policies of civilization beyond Earth, and the Franco-Iberia one is that for every 10 virtues you obtain, you get one free technology. So, if you have a technology that would take, like, say, 100 turns to do research, you can just get enough virtues and you can get it easily enough. Now, virtues are also different in that they have synergy bonuses. So up here are the synergy bonuses that apply to only that thing. So if you get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in prosperity, the synergy bonus will give some growth in the city, and as you can see, you're going back. For this though, these are for the tiers, so across the way. So you could have one here, 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 and it would count towards this. And these synergy bonuses don't look that bad. That is a very nice one, but you would pretty much need to unlock every single thing in it. But let's see, what opening ones do we have? We don't have a military unit out yet. We'll probably have to fix that soon. Some food retained, so kind of an aqueduct. Kind of. Foresight, more science when healthy. And labor logistics, production towards buildings. Now, something I've found very, very common is that production is a very key thing. If you don't have enough production to keep up with your science, you're gonna fall behind. So I will be doing labor logistics for my virtue. Oh, virtue, if I get 4 more industry, I get 10% in every city. And if I get 5 more tier 1s, I get free virtue, so yes. And let's see, it didn't really shorten the amount of time for the old Earth Relic, but it was a pretty cheap building, so I didn't really expect it. So, and we got a quest completed. Gifts from home. Our sponsor had the foresight to send resource pods ahead of our expedition to be waiting when we arrived. Parts due to a large research instrument have been found inside this pod. The other pieces are probably around here somewhere. Find 2 resource pods. We have found 1. So, this is our first example of a quest. A fairly easy one. We would just need to find another resource pod, and we'll send this explorer out after we have taken an expedition on this derelict settlement. Next turn. I feel like we might get another civilization soon, or not. Okay, and expedition. This will take 5 turns, during which the explorer is pretty much going to be immobile. And as you can see, it has expedition modules. After you do an expedition, you have to return it to your capital so it can perform another one. There are certain affinities which I believe allow for more, but I do not see them right now. Oh, there you go. Level 1 in Supremacy, you get an additional expedition. Not bad, but we're probably going to go Harmony. So, we'll start our expedition, and nothing else really to do. Worker, taking its time. Ooh, our city has grown. We have another floodplains tile, and we got a quest updated. Found an outpost. For our colony to prosper, we should consider expanding. We should focus our efforts in researching how to create new outposts for the colony. For this, we would first have to research pioneering. Pioneering is right there. So it would take 20 turns to research, a little bit of time, a little bit lengthy, but that's something to consider. But I want to explore this area a bit more first to see if we have anywhere really worth settling, because right now it does not look like. Ooh, we have mountains there. Very nice mountains. I have to say, the world in this one is much more unique and better looking than the world of Civ 5. I mean, just look at those mountains. Wouldn't that be something to see every day? Okay, it looks like our worker is done, and what do you know, we can construct farms. And being right on a river in the floodplains, an amazing place to put them. So get a farm there, and it looks like, yep, we have developed enough culture for another virtue. Let's see, what do we have here? Scalable infrastructure, 15% towards wonders, central planning, +5 energy in the capital, and commodization, +1 energy from every basic resource. Now this is something interesting. You don't want to just look at these ones, you want to look at the ones that they further unlock down the line. Now, I could go into another one, but I think that for now, I will stick with the industry, and more energy would be useful, because it means we can actually buy things instead of having to build them, and I'm not sure exactly when we get our wonders, so that one can wait a bit. So we will get central planning, which will provide more energy in our first city. Yay! +15 energy. Man, that would be so nice to have if we had that normal Civ. So as you can see here, this is how much energy this takes to build various things. We don't have enough right now, but with plus 15 per turn, I could build something real quick. Okay, let's return to our map and go to the next turn. And it looks like we have a quest decision and production. So our old work relic has finished. So let's start building a clinic which will provide us science and health. Might need to build that sooner, but we're doing fine for science right now. And a quest decision. Occupational hazard. It is clear that the indigenous species of this planet may pose a threat to our growth. Though we cannot determine their intelligence, hostility has been documented. Really, I haven't spotted a single alien, so that's kind of hard to rely on unless we're taking the African Unions. Moving forward, we must decide how to deal with them. Do we attempt to domesticate the local wildlife, or exterminate them? I think domestication, since we are going harmony. This gives harmony, and eradicating them really wouldn't be living in harmony with the planet, so we will harmonize ourselves with them. So that's provided some passive boosts to harmony. You don't actually see it right away. I think, yep, C0 to 11 towards next level. I think next turn we should get 1 point in harmony towards the next level. And quest updated. Oh, I guess it's not done. We should not be so quick to destroy that which we do not understand. Let us build an alien preserve that we may study them and better understand their needs. So, alien preserve needs to be built. To further that along, we have a clinic being produced. Our expedition is done.
Your explorer has
soon.
noticed something.
Should be done next turn or now.
Excuse me, I have
Okay,
important
health
information for you.
is happiness. Pretty much already explained that. Expedition
Your explorer
rewards.
has discovered something wonderful.
Explorer finds something through expedition. So, expedition team has discovered survivors in the derelict settlement. Refugees gratefully agree to settle in your city, raising its population by 1. An okay one, I suppose. There's probably better ones out there, but I can deal with it for now. Just the alert for that. And as you can see on the exploration, it is now gone, so nothing's there anymore. We'll get our explorer back to the core so that we can heal it up a bit and get another expedition module. I'm not really seeing that good of places to settle our next city, though. I feel like up there's probably something good. Let's fortify till healed. As you could have seen real quick there, we did get another expedition module, and we have finished our farm there. As you can see, it's provided extra food. Now it wants us to build a mine on these hills, which I agree with. More production never hurt anybody. We'll move this here so it's not directly in the miasma. We just healed from it. We do not need it again. And we'll move this first and develop a virtue again. Now, see, we can't get standardized architecture, which will be helpful in the long run because we need to unlock commodization first. As you can see, the lines lead to it, so we want to unlock this because standardized architecture would pretty much be, if you remember from Civ 5's, Rome's unique ability. Buildings in the main city, quicker buildings in the other cities. So we'll unlock commodization. And nothing else to do this turn. Ecology is slowly inching its way towards being completed. Still no sights of aliens, which is kind of disappointing. I want to see what they look like, to be honest. I've seen some pictures, but I imagine they look cooler in person, as long as it's not a siege room. Those are never fun to look at up close, unless you can do it from. We got some Varaxite right there, and our city has involved fruit. Should probably send our workers there. Oh, and now it looks like we have found our aliens. We have 2 alien wolf beetles here, one on the floatstone and one on a resource pod. We want that resource pod. We want it bad. And it actually looks like up here would probably be a decent location to settle. We have some floatstone, we have some Varaxite and fungus, and if it holds true in this one like it did in others, you can settle a city and you can work any tile within 3 of it. And we have some copper there too, and some more fraxite. So what I think we're gonna do is, let's see here, 1, 2, 3. We were to settle on that coast, so I think 2, 3, 1, 2. That fraxite would be out of reach, but we'd still have some here. The copper. Decisions. Well, I think we might be able to settle on that floatstone, but let's actually wait till we can get a settler or a colonist to take those colonies. We want that resource pod wolf beetle, so we're just gonna move that there, and let's take a minute to look at these guys. Not really getting much closer, but they are looking pretty cool. Much better than just the standard barbarians that you would find in Civilization 5 and any other Civilization games. So, next turn. Oh, I was just about to comment on no more landings, and what do you know? We get a landing. Greenland. I believe that is Australia.
Come, Mr. Haban.
My
The
bad. I guess I don't know if
welcomes
as good
you.
as I did. Australia, pretty much Polynesian Australia, or yeah, pretty much self-explanatory. Maya, pretty much his great-grandson. So, resource pod.
You have finished construction on a unit which can launch into orbit. To launch it, select the unit and click its action button. Once launched, it will have an area effect on the tiles beneath it until it de-orbits.
So, looks like we got our first orbital unit from this resource pod. A basic satellite with enough rocket fuel for escape velocity. A solar collector is now ready for launch. Pretty sure that's a standard one, so looks cool. Orbital unit. +1 energy on tiles you own. Any city in this range also receives plus 20% energy overall. Considering that we already are generating a lot of energy, I think it would be a good idea to launch
This
it
is the orbital view.
here.
It displays the effect areas of units
This
that are
is
in
the
orbit.
orbital layer.
Effect areas cannot
I
overlap,
think it would
so
show
it is useful
any
to
satellites,
plan
and this
launches
is
ahead of
our
time.
maximum
This
city
view
range.
also
if I'm
shows
not
your launch
mistaken.
coverage area.
That's how big our
An
city has the
orbital unit
potential
must be
to
launched
grow.
over a tile
I'm
with
not sure if
coverage.
all of those tiles
Coverage can be
will be
extended
workable.
by constructing city
If so,
buildings.
awesome. If not, we have enough resources where we are. We can be pretty well off. So, let's launch our satellite. And thank you. And that highlighted area is what is currently covered by the solar collector. As you can see, our main city is now generating 7 energy per turn. Wow. So, how do we get out of there? Production, maybe? What do we really want to reduce? Because we're gonna be making these two for long, but we do need a soldier eventually. So, let's get researching. So, oh, there we go. Normal view. Let's start making us a soldier. We're gonna need somebody.
Our engineering groups have
And
discovered
that's just
a
saying
new
we now
efficient
can
method to
construct an
build and
orbital
deploy a
unit.
settlement.
And that orbital unit is the miasma repulsor. Sorry if I talked over this little quote, but some things can't really be helped. So, we will move our explorer up one. Looks like that's it for up here. Surprising to see aliens with no actual alien base in sight, but hey, I'm not complaining. We have a good sight of up here now, and I think I'm gonna settle on this floatstone. If it holds true, then strategic resources, which I'm pretty sure floatstone is, and the fact that it's up there, can settle on them and still gain the benefits from them. Okay, let us... Can we add an action cube? I think we want to activate the action cube, add to the cube. Ultrasonic fence is not really a priority since we haven't really seen many aliens around, so we have soldier first, then a vivarium, and then an ultrasonic fence. So let us return to the map. And research. Let's see here. Now, by researching ecology, we unlocked geophysics, which reveals geothermal on the map and lets us make geothermal wells, and alien biology, which gives us the ability to clear miasma and gives workers miasma immunity, but it also gives harmony affinity. This will pretty much give us a quick boost to the harmony affinity, which is very useful in the long run. We also have unlocked terraforming and alien sciences. Alien sciences allows us to make xenofuel plants, which require xenomass, a xenonursery, and a xenomass well improvement. Now, let us think. What should we build? Well, we should probably focus on getting out our colonists quickly, and I generally aren't very good with getting that out. I usually wait a very long time for one out, so we'll start researching pioneering right now so we can get that colonist out quick. And it also will allow us to get a trade depot out, which is not that bad. And a quest decision has come up. Choose a station to charter. Quest decision. Several new ventures wish to establish their operation near our territory, provide different services that may be useful to us. Church of Dawn's Light provides 1 food and 3 culture to any city that establishes a trade route, and Hekima Station provides 3 food and 1 culture to any city that establishes a trade route. Which venture would you like to approve? Okay, I think I should explain these a bit. Stations are pretty much the city-states in Civilization Beyond Earth, only they are not instantly on the map, and they don't always stay there. The stations only take up 1 space on the map, so they don't really have much to defend, and they can be easily destroyed. Their only purpose really is to provide trade routes, and they can be upgraded to provide better stuff. And if you don't trade with them for a while, the station will pretty much go derelict and be abandoned, and eventually something else to replace it, and it might appear somewhere else. Now, I think we're pretty good on food right now, but as I said before, because of this Franco-Iberia special thing, we're going to be focusing culture, so I think the Church of Dawn's Light should be allowed near us.
You have discovered a station. You can establish trade...
Thank you, I pretty much already explained what stations do, and only 1 city per colony may trade with the station at the time. Church of Dawn's Light. Reveal a bit more of the map to us. Church is currently at Tier 1. If you provide a trade route, it will improve to Tier 2, which will provide more food and culture per turn. So I think we want to get out a trade route, which is also available from Pioneering, so I guess it's a good thing we chose this one. Excuse me. And it looks like we also have a quest decision. Blood Bank quest decision. Since opening our clinic, the populace has been split by an ideological divide. Securing and improving new territory has put a great strain on both our military, doesn't exist, and our civil workforces, and both contend that the hazards they face should be offset by state-sponsored healthcare. Our fledgling colony does not have the resources to do both, which then has the greater aid. So it looks like some problems with our clinic, and we get to choose who we aid more. We aid the defense workers, which provide more hit points in the city from clinics, or civil workers, which provide health from clinics. If we were going more military, I would probably go defense workers, but it looks like the only other civilizations are pretty far from us right now, or sponsors are pretty far from us right now, and health, which is happiness, is always a good thing to have, so we will give care for civil workers. And this is just saying this is complete. And a unit needs orders, our work. Now, it wants us to build another mine here. Given the fact that we're still getting solar power, I think we should. Explorer. That's... It doesn't have to be bad, and it can't pass us because there's a mountain there and it doesn't have free roam. Woo! We're not getting over here, African Union. Next turn. Maybe you are. I didn't know you could go in the water right away. And that is Brasilia, I think.
El pueblo unido de Sudamérica
I'm
te da la
not completely
bienvenida.
ignorant. So we have Brasilia. Now, I'm not really sure what these different leaders' personalities are like, so we may be hit by warmongers now, we may not be. Who knows? Not me. Let's keep getting that explorer moving. Don't really need to set it to our capital since we haven't used the inspiration. And going that way, you're just going into old territory. And we have one closer to us. This one is the Pan-Asian Co-op.
泛亚合作，光宗耀祖。
You gotta love these graphics. Ooh. Oh. Siege worm. Worm killing. I traded my life for my leg at the Great Worm. Now, with all the fury of cockroach, this can bring I hunt. I hunt. I hunt. Siege worms. Pretty much a nightmare. It won't let me show right now, but these are capable of pretty much one-shotting, let's see, 48 strength. One-shotting any unit, and they destroy any improvement we go over, so we really do need that ultrasonic defense sooner rather than later. We buy it actually. Ooh, next turn we can buy the ultrasonic defense, which will be good, because I do not want that worm getting close to my place. I already got some improvements going, and I don't want it to. And I like my city as is. It's coming in closer! Keep moving that, and we have another virtue developed. So, we have standardized architecture, which will be useful for when we make our next outpost, or investment. Each one earn 1% of stockpiled energy per turn, up to 100 energy. I think we will stick with standardized architecture for now, though. Simply due to the fact that we're going to be getting another city out here soon, so we're going to want production to go faster. Yes! Okay, and it looks like we got quest decisions. How we remember. Our relic has provided an ideological split among our citizens. Some believe the old Earth relic is instrumental as a source of solace for the grief people feel over their lost world. They want it left in reverent peace as a shrine. Others think it represents a valuable repository of traditional wisdom that must be studied and displayed publicly for humanity's embrace of their people. So, we have the options to leave the old Earth relics untouched, which provides maintenance free. And if I remember correctly, it's only one maintenance, but over time that does, maintenance fees do add up. Or open it to the public, which provides another culture. We are generating a lot of energy, so we don't really need the maintenance free. And we're not going to be playing a wide, which, for those that don't know, is more than 3. We're going to be playing tall, which is 3 big cities. So we will leave it, we will open it to the public. Quest. And we now have 5 citizens in the core, and we will purchase that ultrasonic fence, because one, you are not getting close to it. And we have the ultrasonic fence, which means that 2 spaces around our city is from that nasty one. Next turn. See, he's already running scared. Here, fungus there. Not the best thing, but I feel that we will be getting our soldier next turn as well. Not really much tons, mainly gonna be 80 turns, but we are also working on Volley. So, soldier, pretty basic unit. Pretty much the warrior. 10 combat strength, so not that strong. But I think it will serve a dual purpose as an explorer of its own. Can't really do expedition sites, but I can still provide some uses. So next turn. That worm be coming close again. It's really tempting. Okay, down there. Oh, another resource pod, yay! Let's good, and it's pretty close, so we can get it relatively soon. Next turn. It's my asthma. I don't really want to touch it. Alien nest. Alien nests are very, very bad news. You do not want to get close to them because it will instantly aggro any aliens that are around it. So we do not want that. So, our worker wants to build another generator. Another 2 energy, not bad, but from the looks, we are lacking behind on food, and it is a floodplains, and we are going to be getting a volume soon. So let's pump up the food. Let's get that over there. Well, it looks like we are pretty much landlocked, actually. We might be able to get around down there. We'll have to see, though. Bit my ass when he does, so who knows. Union coming back around. Yep, looks like we can go there, and we'll be able to cross there. Go on to the miasma for a bit, but some things are just unavoidable. And what does this resource pod give us?
The universe is either in progress or in entropy. We choose progress.
Plus 40 science on a research that was 1 turn from being done. Ugh. Oh, that's the quest complete thing, so that's what that provided. The resource pod provided culture, which I'm okay for, but I really should have planned that better. But we finished the gifts from home, and we finished pioneering, which means we now just need to build a colonist unit and found an outpost for that quest to be completed. So with pioneering done, let us add some things to the queue. A trade depot would definitely be a wise thing, because we got that there, so we want to trade with it. Trade vessel can't be built till a depot is built, and a colonist is going to take a long time. So, how much is it? Just 640. Well, 22 per turn, 40-ish turns away, at least. We'll add the columns to the queue for now. We'll decide what to do later on. And research choices. Choices all around us. Let's see here. What do we want? I think, yes, geothermal, finding a unique-ish resource fairly early on would probably be a wise idea. Keep moving this soldier, and it does look like we might be locked down here and only have 2 avenues, which is actually pretty good defensively. Means we don't have to worry about being ambushed. Wow, we instantly jumped onto a resource pod for 40 energy. And finish exploring with that. But it looks like we are... Ooh, I think we might be close enough to that nest that these guys are gonna go ballistic on us. Hopefully they aren't, but there's enough of them around here that I think we're gonna need to make a retreat. Alien drone. These are their archers, pretty much. So, next turn. We have angered them. Where did he go? No, our explorers are dead. Why? Only humanity. And another nest! Great! And they have manticores, which are pretty much catapults here. I hope they can't fire over canyons, but knowing my luck, they probably can. So we're gonna want to get an explorer out there as well. So that needs to be added to the queue, and yep, manticores can fire over canyons, but this actually provides an opportunity to gain some experience. These soldiers trained at the cost of their life. So we will set them to fortify until healed, and if they get too low, we'll get them out of there, of course, so they don't die, but they'll heal and get damaged and gain experience. Slow, yes, but it's mildly safe. Another station discovered. The Jinsoku Labs provides 2 science and 2 production to any trade route. given where that is, I don't think we're going to be trading with it. Ooh, the Brazilians have come here. Don't know how I feel about that. Let's add a explorer to the queue and nothing else right now to add. Bavarium is almost done. Geophysics is still a ways away. Our soldiers will need to probably back off next turn to heal a bit.
What's ours is yours.
Australia would like
For a
to
price.
enter a cooperation agreement. Pretty much a declaration of friendship. Sure, I don't care. You don't hurt us, we don't hurt you. I like that agreement. And they're bombarding us again. 27 damage. I think they can stand another shot. Wants me to get some energy up in here. I don't know why. We have plenty. Now let's develop another virtue. Now we are close to this, which will provide more energy in every city, and it could be easily done through this, but we don't really need that right now. So we're gonna actually go into another virtue tree. Let's see here. 3 colonist unit would mean I wouldn't have to build one later on. And yeah. I'm liking what I'm seeing. Yeah. Ooh. Knowledge though. That knowledge. Which two should we focus on? 10% culture in every city. Growth, health, coverage, free technology. I think I'm going science knowledge. Yes, sirree. So knowledge, we got a bit of a boost there, as you can see. Quest log updated for your eyes only. A mysterious encrypted transmission was received from an unknown origin. After some considerable effort, it has been decoded. The clear text reads, "The Culper cell requires infrastructure for covert operations. Should you choose to accept, you will be rewarded in time. Research computing." Now that, I'm pretty sure, is the start to the spying agency. And see, doing right there, and yep, spy agency. There you go. I'm wondering, I've heard there's wonders, but I haven't actually seen any yet. That actually doesn't look bad. 2 free virtues. I have to head towards that actually, but after we get some more technologies, I think. Yeah. Okay, return to the map. Cancel that, and next turn we are done with the Bavarium from the looks of it. Got to move these guys. And next civilization has landed. Bandera.
The temple doors of the Protectorate are open.
Which I'm pretty sure is the Indian people. Not Native American Indians, but like the actual Indians. Ooh, plantation there, or continue working the deserts. I'm gonna put another farm down, and then head up to work the fruit. So we have the trade depot being worked on, and the colonists, see production's going down on that as we grow, and another explorer, which will pretty much be for crash satellites and the like. I think it can take one more shot before it goes down. Let's hope I was right. I do not want to lose this soldier. I've wasted 9 turns. That is close. And it gains some veterancy, which is pretty much the experience upgrade. I'm going to take the discipline one, which gives it bonus combat strength. And then we're going to move it out so it doesn't get bombarded and killed. It kind of sucks to have a veteran die right after they achieve veterancy. Okay. And the African Union is happy that we are valuing the alien life. Kind of easy to do when the only thing we've actually seen close to our base is a siege worm. We'll fortify our soldiers until healed. Making a good amount of progress there. I think I will not build the colonists. I will actually make it once I have 680 energy required. And at the rate we're going, probably going to have that in less than 20 turns. Hopefully before I cut this video off at turn. I've kind of decided it's kind of late where I am.
Sputnik, Slawiańska
Slavic
Federacja
Federation.
pozdrawia Ciebie.
It's kind of late where I am, and I don't want this video to be too long. It's already looking to approach the hour marker, and I'm not sure how to cut them up yet. So I will be posting this. I will stop at turn 50 probably, post the video, see how you guys like it, change what needs to be changed, and then I will be recording some more videos and continuing this playthrough of Beyond Earth. And we get another landing. We love landing. The Ark. The only one I can really recognize on
How
the
may
top.
the corporation serve you?
I don't remember her being the leader for the Ark, but that might have changed, and there might be different leaders visually shown for each one randomized. Trade depot going. We can start a trade convoy immediately next, because I don't want the Church of Dawn's Light to go away. As I kind of do want that culture it provides. Culture is good. Culture is love. Culture is life. I'm sure some of you got that reference, and others it flew right over your head. Of course, I'm sure for those of you that flew over your head, nothing goes over your head. You reacted too fast for it to do so. It's another reference, Guardians of the Galaxy, in case you didn't know. So, Explorer unit. So we have finished our trade depot. We don't want to purchase. We want to add to the queue a trade convoy, and that is our priority right now. We do not want to build the Explorer first. We want the convoy before this goes away. Ooh, we're approaching the turn 50 marker pretty fast now, because haven't been having much to do, to be honest. That we're up there. Should be able to establish the trade route. Doesn't look like I'll be making
All planets possess inherent value,
planetary survey.
and establishing the exact dollar value of the property should be a priority.
I didn't think I selected that, I thought. Full embarkment. Not a bad one. I can deal with it. I don't remember selecting that. I thought I selected... Yeah, I selected geophysics. What the heck? Weird. That's weird. Don't know how that happened. Somebody in the comments will probably say something. Multiple people in the comments, if you watch this, will probably say something. So, on this fruit, we can build a plantation. Provides more fruit for us, and it might provide happiness or health. I'm not entirely sure on that point. We'll see. We'll see if I can actually get work. Turn again. Yeah, that can be worked. Good to know. It's in our 3 tiles. Excuse me. This turn 45. Church of Dawn's Light, stay with me. Just a couple more turns and we can trade with you. One more turn. Stay with me. Okay. Quest decision. Let's do that first. Now that we've completed our ultrasonic fence, we found a new application for the technology. At the moment, the fences are static with a reach that goes beyond what we originally predicted. However, if we reverse the polarity, it will decrease the circumference, allowing it to become mobile like a personal shield. Do we stick to the original design or embrace the unexpected and create something new? So, if we keep the original design, we get another additional range for repulsion. Not that bad, but if we reverse, our trade convoys will not be attacked by aliens, period. Given that trading is a very important thing, it is best to get them. The trade convoys not be attacked. And so we completed the quest, Safe Behind Walls. Convoys will not be attacked by enemy units. Our soldiers are all healed up and ready for more beatings from the manticores. trade convoy. Establish a trade route. Church of Dawn's Light. Now, I think this provides the boost already, and I think when it's completed its cycle, it will update to a tier 2 place. So there's that. And Explorer in 4 turns, turn 47 right now. Geophysics in 15. Our soldiers are being bombarded by manticores. Already you can see that they take a little bit less damage. Can we add anything to the queue? Nope. Nothing to add to the queue there. Well, there's always something to add to the queue. Can't trade with anything else, I don't think, right now. We don't need another explorer, we got that building. We don't need a soldier right now. Colonists, we're going to be able to purchase it in less than 13 turns, so no need to add that to the queue. So we'll just leave that for now. Turn to the map. You can take a couple more shots, but let's fortify until healed. Wait, you're still gaining experience, right? Yep, still gaining experience, so you're good to keep getting pounded. And trading with the Church of Dawn's Light. Approaching turn 50, which, as I've said before, will be the cutoff point for this video. And another station, Lalibela, provides 4 culture to any trade route, only 1 per colony, and because of the mountain range, which is kind of becoming a double-edged sword, we can't trade with it right away. So though, we're going to be settling city number 2 up there, and I feel that city 3 can be around this area. Possibly. Not entirely sure, I still haven't decided yet. But, end of this turn, and, yep, our soldiers live. And they get hit. 19 damage. Coming tougher, my soldiers. Tougher. And our plantation is complete. This is a grassland, and you want us to get a different tile thing there. So, 1 food or 2 energy. Energy's the better option. So, this is our last turn that we'll be playing before we save it and take it. Ooh. Huh, I guess they can provide a trade colony from all the way over there. Maybe we'll be able to do one. Something to consider adding to the queue. And that is turn 50 for us. We will be getting off for now, but don't worry, if you enjoyed this video, many more will be coming. Even if you didn't enjoy it, I'm still gonna keep going with this. But personally, I hope you enjoy it. Civ is a very fun game. YouTubing is something that seems very fun to do, and I hope to do it and have fun with it. This will only be the first of my series, and as I said before, I hope you enjoyed, and I need to come up with a good catchphrase. If you want to help me with that in the comments, go ahead. But until now, I am signing off, and I will see you all later. Goodbye!